Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
First part, what you see, that's a simple one. And here, if you come, I guess that would be already existing. This one, sufficient balance exists. In that case, what do you see? Do in a way that you can see. Entitlement you put at 365, I'll put it to 365 if that's not. Depends on if it is a part-time or full-time or any number changes in. That case, you'll have to come here or else put it 365 days. Make sure you get confirmed, or if the leave is already existing, then the balance calendar. Start date and end date would be existing there. If not, please, if it's a new leave type, you're going to create, ask about this. If this stakeholder who is not educated enough about this, then please go and visit the existing. Leave types for South Korea. I have checked a few of the, what I can say, plans in other. System for other clients, it's up the same what you see now. How about check the childcare leave in my system and how it is configured? The same balance period that's starting on January 1st, ending on this, exactly the same entitlement. What we are seeing in validation. I see the first one. You see, sufficient balance exists, this one, and on top of it there is a additional validation added, that's tells about the child's age. Child's age. Kid's age should not be more than 8 years. It says child's age should be lesser or equal to 8. In your case, it's not that. If it comes, then age of dependent is a direct field. Need not to be created or calculated or anything. You use that. Now this is clear. We leave the balance as 365 and put the sufficient balance. Exists and check this checkbox. Do not allow, then if somebody is. Utilizing more than 365 days in this. Balance period, the system we won't allow. This is sorted. Now your case saw 3 times 1. No. One more, you have it should be. Less than 30 days. Isn't it that you will have to create? Let me know from here you will not get an option of creating. Create, leave off. Absence rule, you come here. I have duplicated this tab. The 3 times 1 looks a bit difficult. The counting the number of events. Again I wrote a create, leave off. Create. I mentioned it's better not to add create edit in beginning, just leave of absence role. Get the options here. Here I'll be putting. Give a meaningful name. There is a field available, unit requested of currently or something it will come. I guess this is the one. It looks a little different, but in your system it would be looking perfectly. If you see it's overlapped, the look, you have to pick this and it requested for currently. If when that error will be populated when somebody is going and requesting. Lesser than 30, it will be writing this. Thank you. This, it will resolve your issue. First thing, balance would be existing. Second thing the event should be, whenever somebody is requesting, they are requesting for either 30 or more than 30. It now, the last stuff is the number of events in a year. Yes, that is a 3. Times, not more than 3 times, that we cannot. I don't think we can do. That maybe it's not if we not give 3 events, at least we can. I'll check them. If the HR team can restrict that, but if we can make sure the total of leaks are applying should be 365 days. Whatever the number of events, if they're applying 365 days, this will stop. This will stop. That's what I'm explaining from that time. Sufficient balance exists. This is a delivered one. You are checking if sufficient balance will be existing. Then only it will be allowing you to submit. And what is your sufficient balance? 365 is the sufficient entitlement you have in this period, starting from today plus 12 months. Today you have taken 10 days, let's say, and it's 3rd of December 2025, you are left with 355 days. But when you are going on 4th of December 2025 again, fresh 365 days. You are getting. Are you getting it? Because your balance period will be counted from today till today's date plus 1 year or plus 12 month. Here we have defined the entitlement. We have given a constant value 365. Now we have added a validation on your leave type and saying, whenever the balance, sufficient balance exists, then only you go and proceed. In our example today, we have requested 10 days and for next 10 days I'll be available for this leave. I'll be on this leave day and let's say In month of March, which falls in this today's date plus 12-month range. If you are going and requesting for 365 days, it won't allow because you are left with just 355, isn't it? Again next year after December. I mean, once this 12-year period is completed, then the employer again can go and apply for another 365 days. My God, I'll try this, then more, I'll do this. Validation, the number accounting, the number of events. In absence, we have one thing called absence occurrences that, let's say, some employee is married, he cannot avail married and marriage leave twice. He can, once the divorce is logged in the system in work the system, they'll have to upload a personal detail as divorced or widow, whatever, and then again she can change or he can change her marital status to marriage and put a new marriage date that those on life occurrence that happens to finding those sort of events. There is an absence occurrence. We have in absence side. Here we do not have anything but that you can try on leave of absence business. Process. You try away counting the number of events in a year, I guess. With this, you should be able to. Should be everything. If they want the additional one, it says should not be more than 8 years. Then that you can put that's a delivered field dependent is. You can add that and evaluate to it and balance or leave taken tab once. I just want to look at those start period and period ones. Leave balance calendar effectively. This is again daily word 1. Sometime what happens, this doesn't work. You put this and it doesn't work. What you do? Maybe your tenant date formatting is different. DD. Sometimes generally we follow MMDD and UIY. In some cases, there the default date format is different. And this is giving some other format. It won't accept. You will have to check and make a calculated field. Date formatting and put in that way. The date formatting calculated field that allows you to, let's say, some date field is giving in different format and that you can make it as per the required format. This is about leave of absence now on me. I said up, we can create a small leave time and see I can create. But that will not be making any sense because you already know this much. And again, I will not be able to book the time of leave time for anyone. That anything, any kicky things if you're missing the components. Yes, there are a few things not a part of this, but I would to highlight. In time of balance we discussed one thing called pre-edit schedule. You have understanding of that. Yes, in time tracking they create this schedule for the employees based on the worker. They group them. That's again the same thing. Basically, let me refresh your understanding. Apply the schedule you define in system already. You have delivered one monthly, semi-monthly, bi-weekly, annually. Those things, but let's say you want some previous schedule of in this. Middle East in few countries. Israel recently. I worked on Israel, that's why bring to can't be an example. Their month starts on 17 and ends on 16. The payroll months. Their period schedule would be starting on 17th and ending on 16th. In that case, you create a new or create a schedule. Maybe we can name as a monthly ISR or Israel and You'll have to put the dates accordingly. Whenever you have existing period schedule in your system, and that's a regular one. A most generic one, what you do as part of annual maintenance year and maintenance. You go and generate periods for upcoming year. Previously we used to upload vibe. Now you can do in a click when you go, and it's pretty slow from action. Let it open. From here, you will have an option of generating periods or upcoming 2 years. Generate periods. When you click this, you see a number of periods to generate. Let me put it 60. It won't allow you to generate till 60. It will edit out when you go. I don't know. See, it says only till 2 years you can have. You cannot. Either it's a biannually or it's annual or whatever you can have. Operate generated for next 2 years. It's not if you want to know or in. System at this point itself, you want to have period 203. Oh, that you can do, but it. You will have to repeat this action 5 times, or the number of times. In one go, you will be able to generate period for 2 years. When you click this, it will follow the pattern. What you have saved: time entry start date, a time entry end date, time tracking lock-in date, and these payroll payment date. It will follow the same and generate periods for you. It looks that some point of time, as in the lead, we do there is an exception in time card and want it to be adjusted. We go and unlock for a moment, do the adjustment. Again, go and reward the changes you might have done in the past. Yes. On this we did not cover, and this is what is covered. Now other things, some point of time. Let's say you have got a requirement for new time off plan. You created new time off plan. You set up new time off for population, but still the workers are unable to see the time off when they go, and they go while requesting. They do not have. While you were checking, you were having the access. And again, the conversation goes. I can see you are sharing the screenshot and all. What happens? There is a 3 or 4 release back. There is a new functional ID came functional. Functionality, what I can say, a new function has come. Basically, it's about securing the time offs and leaves that also, or that is called as a security segment. Segment, secure segment based security. Groups for time off and leave or walk the rolled out a separate. Segmented security base a group. Now why that was needed. There are certain time offs to be requested by HRBP or maybe absence admin you. No, rather than going and making all a business process validation. Role heavy, let's create a security group itself and put the time off accordingly. For the time off, groups for the list of time off which should be requested by HRBP create. A time of security segment based group, and there include those time offs, only the time off which are available for employee yourself to go and include those time offs that only employee will be able to access it. Those were you aware about that? No, I mean this. This one, I'm not same thing. The same works with leave of absence also. Leave. This leaves security segments if you want to. How does it look? Let's have view. Thank you. Yes, we have an option creating a new time of security segment, and this is a report that would allow you to access the entire security segment. Let's go and create this. A name. You put the time of. I don't know what name I have given. Here you will be able to put the name of time off, not the plan. Let's include any time off what comes as annual. Select any time off from the list. Since this is not mandatory, let's save this and proceed. Thank you. Concerns. It would be looking this when you go and segment a based time of this is a time of security segment you have created. You will have to create the segment based security group also. I do not have permission here to set up a security group. Because I see when I go and just open this security group, I have this option, View Security Group. It will be going and setting a stem of segment-based security group. Segment-based security group. This. There if you go on. That segment-based security group. You can add up any time off you wanted in future. Let's say you have created a new time off and that doesn't have. This is just for us and that doesn't have access. You still not be able to request, then you come and go visit that. All security based time of security groups, and they'd find the group. Here the US employees time off has been kept and there you add the newly created time off, then they will be able to, and it's that. Same thing. You have for leave also or nothing changes. They are in place of live security. Segment, here I can say the same way, let's do not create. It's that exactly same how it was looking, just the name changes. It allows you to keep the leaf types and that allows you to keep the live time on. The functionality remains same. Basically, it restricts or segregates list of leave and time off and allows only people who are able to. See, as per this configuration, these leave types can be only requested by word analyst. And if we go this, FMLA military caregiver for family veteran can be requested only by manager. Same thing, this leave type security segment. This can be requested only by comp partner. That's the use of security segment. It's not going to security group. The name says your segment, either a time off on this and these are a specific to time off and leave. However, the segment based security group is common to security. There also they use it's that now. Similar to period schedule, there is a work schedule. Will calendar also. That's not a part of absence, but you use some time at. The time of defaulting, if you remember, on time of planned by default when you employee goes and requests what should be the default coming in our case. We have given one and later on later point, we have changed 1 to 0.5. You go and click request automatically there, 0.5 will be popped up for 1 day. In that case, we use a field available called daily scheduled hours. If you are scheduled to work, if you are in USA, you are scheduled to work 40 hours in a week. That's 8 hours daily. That I was explaining about work schedule calendar. What happens there? How we have used 1 and 0.5. Similarly, we can use work schedule calendar daily hours. In that case, if it is USA, then it will default to 80. If it is a Canada, it will default to 7.5 hours for regular full-time workers. That work schedule calendar we go and create in system, and as per the country norms and basically the contract norms with employee and all how much RC agreed to. Work on what date? If you employee work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just 3 days, but they work 12 hours in a day, that he starts by 8 and ends by 8 p.m. When he goes and tries to enter, for you it's defaulting 7.5 hours because you work just 7.5 hours. When he goes and tries entering, for him 12 hours. Will be defaulting as per the work schedule calendar. That's all. You have any idea? Work schedule calendars. I saw where They give the number of hours, their shifts and everything. That's not a part of this, but you also wanted to bring that. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.